The chairman of Biscon Communications, Prince Oyetola'S, was on a working visit to the state of Osun, specifically to thank the executive governor of the state of Osun, Mr. Gboyega Oyetola, for the overwhelming support he extended to Prince Oyetola'S during the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Oyetola'S show last year, and in the same breath, formally seek a strategic partnership with the state government to begin the weekly coverage and broadcast of activities of the state of Osun on the Oyetola'S show and Biscon TV on local and international TV platforms to complement the ongoing publicity packaging on other media space to carry along the citizens of the state of Osun, both home and in the diaspora, about how far the state has gone to deliver the dividends of democracy to the good people of the state of Osun that entrusted the state in the care of the governor, Gboyega Oyetola, with their votes in the last governorship election. To ensure that the programs proposed by Biscon Communications for the publicity packaging of the state synergize and align with the Ilerioluwa agenda of Governor Gboyega Oyetola, the Commissioner for Information and Strategy of the state of Osun, Mrs. Funke Gbemode, and the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Ismail Omikmido, were on hand with the necessary input from their vantaged points of view, as if to demonstrate the values to be derived from the strategic publicity partnership between the state of Osun and Biscon Communications. The Oyetola'S show covered the special dinner organized to welcome the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence, Alhaji Sa'ad Abubakar III, CFR MNI, to the state of Osun on Wednesday, the 12th of February 2020. The chief host, Governor Gboyega Oyetola, and his amiable wife, Mrs. Kafayat Oyetola, were supported by the Deputy Governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, and his wife. The Chief of Staff, Dr. Charles Diji, and members of the Executive and Legislative Councils of the state of Osun, as well as traditional rulers from the states, Oyo and Kwara states. The Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence, Alhaji Sa'ad Abubakar III, who was accompanied by his entourage, made up of Hausa indigents who live and work in the state of Osun, enjoyed the rich cultural heritage of the people of the state of Osun, as displayed by members of the State of Osun Cultural Center. There was comedy by upcoming acts, funny Noel, and music performance on the guitar. Which all dovetailed into the presentation of a special artifact to the Sultan of Sokoto by Mr. Benedict Alabi, the Deputy Governor of the state of Osun.
And his entire cabinet, our royal fathers, and the entire citizens of state of Osun, we are proud to present you this. Please take it as a token of our show of love to you. Thank you.
Shall we please do that once again?
In his remarks, the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence, Alhaji Sa'ad Abubakar III, CFR MNI, congratulated Governor Gboyega Oyetola for his leadership qualities and governance strides.
When he was Chief of Staff to Oyetola, I've been here 3 times. I don't think I've even talked to him because I don't even know that he's the Chief of Staff, for example. He was busy doing his job. So when he emerged as candidate, I said, who is this gentleman? He said, you're Chief of Staff. Then we started talking. Then I got to know him. Then the elections. And then we kept on praying until the final prayer, Almighty Allah answered at the Supreme Court, and today he's here. That was what I meant by the comment he made this morning. Our relationship, our association, have been that of brothers, and we've been praying for one another. And we'll continue to pray for him and all our brothers and sisters in Osun State, no matter what religion you profess. Because it's important for us to understand that, yes, we are people of different nationalities, different ethnic backgrounds, different religious callings, but still we are brothers and sisters, whether we like it or not. And if we do that, I think we won't have any problem.
In his own remarks, Governor Gboyega, who the Sultan refers to as simply Mr. Humility, thanked him for the visits to the state of Osun. He thanked him for his great sacrifice for the continued unity and progress of the country.
I must thank you most sincerely for your leadership role you've been playing, for your commitment to Nigeria and Nigerians, regardless of, we should not emphasize the issue of tribe or ethnicity. It's not something that we should be talking about. We should believe that this country belongs to all of us, and we should live together in harmony. I must commend you. I look forward to, and I must say again that I must thank you most sincerely for your prayer during and after my election.
In continuation of the Oyetola'S show's coverage of Governor Gboyega Oyetola'S activities, the BOS was at the commissioning of the ultra-modern multi-million naira mosque built and donated to the Fountain University, Osogbo, as an endowment by Dr. Awa Ibrahim and commissioned by the Sultan of Sokoto, who is the president of the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs. Governor Gboyega Oyetola commended the donor and asked others to emulate such gestures.
I must congratulate the donor of the mosque for this wonderful edifice that I see today. He has every opportunity of using his money to build 12-story buildings, to build hotel, to build other things that will give him investment. But we have decided to use this hard-earned money to build a mosque for Allah. I think it needs to be commended. And I understand from the Quranic verses that if you build a house for God, you at least be too sure that you have one waiting for you in Jannah. That means in this time, by arithmetic calculation, you are having 10 houses. I don't know how many houses that I will have in Jannah, but I know this is not the first mosque is building, so I must commend you for this wonderful edifice.
Governor Gboyega Oyetola also played host to members of the Senate Committee on Works who were on oversight functions and examination of road projects across the state of Osun. The committee was led by the chairman, Senator Mohammed Adamu Alero, and 5 other members. Governor Gboyega Oyetola welcomed the committee to the state.
The issue of infrastructure has been a major problem to virtually every part of this country. In fact, it's not out of place to actually even declare a state of emergency on infrastructure. We've been doing so much, even the previous administration, this state, they did quite a lot on infrastructure, but it's like we have not done anything at all. When I went around for the tank tour, which was validated by the DFID, the UK agency, most of the demands of our people have always been on roads. And it's understandable because the movement of people must not be hindered. And that's why we think your committee is particularly very important. We're doing so much on roads, and we must commend the Ministry of Works, the federal government, for their support.
Also, Governor Gboyega Oyetola was the special guest of honor at the sword-turning ceremony of the multi-million naira permanent office complex of the Gboyega complex, examination hall, and the CBT Center in Osogbo, the state capital.
The West African Examination Council and its Nigerian office have been huge contributors to the development of Nigeria and Osun since their founding. The examination body has also been a critical part of the educational profile of our dear state, playing a huge role in tackling examination malpractice, protecting the integrity of our examinations,
and certainly improving the quality of our students. The state of Osun is enthused by these interventions on development and will support all efforts by our head to preserve the integrity of our school certificate examinations.
Members of the workforce of the state of Osun celebrated the Workers' Day with Governor Gboyega Oyetola in attendance. The highlight of the event was the presentation of the sum of 1.2 billion naira bonds to all categories of retirees in the state.
As you will all recall, you, the people, are the fulcrum of our campaign and the target of our developmental agenda. You are the reason we are in government, and we hint our programs and policies in achieving the better life for you since we assumed office. Your welfare is of paramount importance to us, which is why, even in the face of limited resources, we have lived up to our word to pay your gratuity and pension as retired workers and the salaries of the serving workers. About 2 days ago, we released the sum of 50 million naira for the payment of gratuity of retired workers under the old pension scheme. Today, we are here to further fulfill our promise to enhance your welfare. We shall release the sum of 550 million naira for the payment of terminal benefits of some retired workers under the contribution pension scheme, as well as another sum of 647 million naira under the scheme for retired local government employees and elementary school teachers in the state.
The visit of the Oyetola'S show to the state of Osun ended with the coverage of Governor Gboyega Oyetola and wife, Mrs. Oyetola'S condolence visits to Mrs. Omolara Fanowokbo, who buried her mother, Mrs. Awodolainigbajo, incidentally, the hometown of Prince Oyetola'S and Prince Gboyega Famodu, chairman APC in the state of Osun. Stay tuned to all the platforms of the Oyetola'S show and Biscon TV globally for the coverage and broadcast of activities of Governor Gboyega Oyetola of the state of Osun for the benefit of sons and daughters of the state at home and abroad.